tell you the password. If you can figure it out, it's fine. The password's a little complex.
Just remove the password for now.
Why do you want password? But when he mentioned the word college, I wanted to ask him, do you have a campus?
Speeches, yeah, actually. I mean, no, it was just speech. Me and Vidit, we barely made it through those speeches.
Yeah.
We came pretty drunk. And
I heard.
we ended up coming 20 minutes late to our own grad. It was so outdated. The guy used Microsoft PPT instead of Canva nowadays. you can put that on random.
I consider myself to be old, but Microsoft PPTs.
If Uncle Don is saying this, I think we'll just put it together and say how messed up our grad was. And just when I thought my entry would be so boring, like I went in, I had my boys over there shouting zoo on the stage. I think that was the coolest entry, that was the coolest way to leave your college. Hey yo people, it's your boy Sigma in the house, and well, I have no excuses really as to why I haven't been putting out a video in quite some time.
Yeah.
But we're here with our first podcast. Let's go. But yeah, like I mentioned, I don't have excuses, but yet again I do. And
Yes, of course. I have no excuses, but of course not. But here are a couple of excuses I can give.
I mean, it's a valid reason. I just graduated. I mean, most of you that have been like updated with my socials, you might have just seen the fact that I just graduated from college, which is another reason to celebrate.
Vedant, the fact is, nobody cares. Your audience doesn't care what you're doing. They just want content.
The fact is, bitch, we're recording this through my phone. I want to take my phone and go home.
And this is recording on my phone as well.
Oi,
So it's cool.
you want to take your phone and go home, bitch, where are we right now?
Exactly.
I'll go in the other room and sit.
But I want to listen to what excuses he has. Sure, please go ahead.
I mean, technically, me and Will have the same excuses. You also haven't come out with a podcast in like a month.
But I still have 3 audio podcasts on Spotify.
But where
And
were
I
you
will-
for a month? Yeah, we have the same reasons. Bottom line, college was being an absolute bitch, and I'm super glad we could finally make it here today. And we have with us Ved as well in the house. But coming back to the excuses, one of the main reasons was we did have our exams prior to my graduation, and that is something I really do want to talk to you people, like with you people about.
And I know it sounds very boring, but it's worth listening to.
It's worth listening to.
Okay, well, glossary of the characters you might need. Baldy.
Oh, no, trust me,
Those are-
Baldi
yeah.
is all like coming within our institution. We went to another institution to give this exam.
Yeah, this story has a lot of characters which directly or indirectly affect us.
Lot of climax,
Yeah.
lot of depth in the story, and like there's always like a happy ending to it as well.
No, yeah, happy ending, but you learn nothing through it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
not like...
it's essentially Karan Johar's movie, no?
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
If you guys think you're going to learn a 2 or thing out from this podcast, trust me, it's not the place. But if you want to sit here and have fun, yeah, like, sure. we are the place. We have captures. Bakchodi ke Samrat.
Yeah, but it's been 1.5 months. I mean, I did post before that, but this long gap which we didn't want. By
Yeah,
the way.
fine, you have more content than me.
Yeah, no, but yeah, I had to just very indirectly put that in. But anyways, we didn't want to like skip like 1 month of that. We wanted to be consistent, but here we are, and there is a story behind it. So please go ahead.
I would have had millions of subscribers by now, but we're coming for each and every single one of you. But coming back to the story,
Millions of subscribers, yes.
it's coming, it's getting there.
Dream big, it's cool.
My first step towards it.
Yeah, sure.
But nevertheless, we had an exam, and it's exam seasons. You go to another college. You know how you used to have that exciting, that adrenaline rush feeling when you wrote your first 10th board exams. Oh, I'm going to some other place.
Bro,
for
yeah,
exams.
that was good.
Dude,
Even though I was an average student, very bad.
NPS Rajajinagar was my center.
It was like a field trip you were going to, but knowing very well that your bus is going to go fall in a dungeon.
Yeah, but for me it was more like, yeah, if I'm going down, even my friends are going down, so it's cool.
Knowing very well your friends are the people who definitely studied way worse than you.
Exactly.
If they
So
make
it's
it, they'll
all-
make it.
It's all cool, yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't apply to me.
But there's a difference in this particular story.
So it's been quite some time since I passed 10th, 12th, and we're here right now in my college. And those of you who've seen my socials, I've graduated. And we just gave our exams, our 5th semester exams.
Yeah.
It's been a month.
We graduated and our final exams are not yet done. Funny
Yeah.
part.
But bottom line, we went to this center called Vidya Vahini First Grade PU College. Oh my god, like...
You wrote
wow.
a uni exam in a PU college.
I cannot tell you. Like,
Tremendous start.
No, but trust me, like what I felt I have done in this college for 3 years, I have lived much of my life in this 1 month of exam season I had just
Exactly.
and
And like no judgments on the college or anything. I mean, I go to Vidya Niketan and other government colleges. It's fine. I mean,
I've given me
Surana.
10 good exams in Kendriya Vidyalaya.
Exactly, it's all cool. But there's a difference with this one particular. It's very very funny.
It's very different. So they told we had to travel to this college, and we had to travel only 200 meters from our college to their
Exactly,
college.
yeah.
And well, it was fun. It was all fun and games. We went to this college and we're like, okay, like let's see this place. Like we don't even have a campus, so this college at least has a campus. So let's go see. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
We ended up going there, and the first thing we saw is that the gates of this college is built like Tihar jail ka entry.
Literally in Tihar jail, just to give like a visual context here, Tihar jail is like this. On most of the jails, they have a very huge gate,
Yeah,
and there's a small square box which person opens.
Yeah.
We reached early just to be on a safer side, that we get it on time and all of that shit. And this guy opens the door. He's like, "Time is there, wo gache."
And the guard looks so great. He looks like that Sasta Johnny Liver bolte na. And every time he talks to us, like even if I want to fight back with my something he's going to say is like I want to fight back to it. But the focus goes on his nose. Like he has this mustache and there's this bit of hair coming out of his nose. Trust me, it's super hilarious. I don't know how people do that. And
It's called not trimming your nose hair.
And this guy just wonders why does everyone like who talks to me sits and laughs. But if you're watching this, my guy, whatever your server, Shankar Anna, Manjunath Anna, that's the reason, man. I think if we get rid of that, I think half your problem solved.
And we passed through this stage. We went inside also.
We went inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I missed my hall ticket twice at home.
I remember.
Yeah.
I somehow
This,
made
this
it.
guy called me like in the middle. He's like, "Hey bro, remember? There's something about my exam I did." I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot my hall ticket."
Well,
and then he has the fucking balls to come and tell me, "Hey bro, listen, when do you think they'll give me my hall ticket?" I'm not in the same stream as this guy. He's like, "Can you tell
Bro,
me?"
okay.
not even the same college.
You forgot the hall ticket and it's kept, well in your house and whatever. Okay. This guy, usually on the last day of exams, your hall tickets is like, really crumbled and all of that. First day of the exams, the invigilator is like, "Can you show me your hall ticket or whatever?" This guy, he crushes a paper ball and he's like, "Ma'am." Like, the first exam, okay, I understand if you do that second last or last. What is this?
I have a valid reason for that as well.
Yeah, valid reason.
Yeah, sure.
What's
The paper wasn't the only thing I was crushing the day before on that.
No. If any enforcement officials are watching this is a
It's
joke.
just for jokes.
It's a joke.
We don't
Do not
know.
arrest
It's a
him.
joke. And if you get offended and want to take action, this is the guy, not us.
We don't know shit.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Trust me, I don't do that. It'll be written below in description. Don't do pot, don't smoke tobacco, it's harmful for your health. But nevertheless, coming ahead of the story, we somehow got through security. I got through with the hall ticket incident. I got through the class also somehow. And turns out I am not the worst student over there.
Of course not, yeah.
Like, trust me, I have done some hilarious stuff in college. Vidit's seen me do some crazy stuff. And I am not the worst student there.
Who was?
So basically, me and Vidit were sitting. I think we had a psychology exam.
Yeah, which we didn't know shit in, so obviously, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't study.
Yeah.
With these exams, we really sit and study like a day before we sit and open up.
And the funny part is, like, as soon as, so there's a new rule wherein you have to remove your shoes or just wear slippers and come. Right. We are like, fuck this shit. We're gonna wear shoes and go.
Remember the excuse I gave? I had cold feet. And the externals over there, like the invigilators, their English is so horrible. Trust me when I say this. When I said the first time I have cold feet and I'm feeling sick, I don't know the meaning of that, but it just sounded pretty etiquette. It sounded pretty hi-fi.
And it's not like we're judging a person based on their English. It's just that if you don't know, just don't try to speak. No.
Speaking Kannada, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I learned it from the best. But how
And
do you
exactly, and it gives you a description of a very Indian household. When there are like a lot of like guests and all coming over to your house, you have a line of shoes and slippers outside your house like this. It gave that kind of visual. We didn't know we were going to do a Muhurtam or an exam. We never knew that.
No, it's the same thing. Muhurtam and exam is the same thing. You have uncles judging you for shit you're doing.
Yeah. And here's just one uncle, just for a change.
Fair enough. And we had two externals. One is like least bothered about what he's doing. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. He's on his phone. The other one's literally walking up and down. आज इनका चूतिया काटूंगा मैं. जो भी copy करते हुए मिलेगा, उनका चूतिया जरूर काटूंगा मैं. It seems. But in middle of all this one professor who was the invigilator.
Yeah.
This one student who didn't even have an exam that day. I think he was one of his class students.
So he'd already given his exam, and I think he got less marks. And man was just pissed about it. He didn't give a fuck if there was another exam, if there are people writing an exam, if there are people who have actually studied and they have come. He didn't give two shits. He was just
Man knew what he wanted.
yeah, he had his priorities set. Okay, he just barged in, and then he just shouted at the invigilator or something, right?
He shouted in Kannada. I'm pretty sure I remember what he said. He came inside running. I think Vidit can imitate it better.
Yeah, so he comes inside running, and so of course a big classroom. There are about 30, 40 students writing an exam. Okay, we're sitting in the last because we are whatever. Okay, this guy comes in and he doesn't come in. By the way, he comes through the grill of the window. The window grill hota hai na?
He just comes in.
He comes in. He barges like this. He's like, sir, it's 1 nimsha I'll bunny. Okay, sir is like, man, and sir also look at his English. Man, there is an exam. Please go back, man. Okay, he says that. This guy is like, sir, I'll bunny, sir. Bunny. Okay. Okay. And he's just shouting. This guy is like, calm down. Exam nadita idare. He's like, illa sir, ನೀವು marks ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಏನು basis ಇದು marks ಹೇಳಿ. Okay. He's like, ನಾನು ಕೊಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ನೀನು ಹೋಗು. Okay.
Like it was the perfect plan. If I would have asked him his feet in his staff room when he was eating, the guy would have flipped me off and probably just sent me out.
Yeah, exactly.
But this guy is under a lot of pressure. He wants to catch a kid copying there. He does not want to lose his self-respect with other college students who have come from outside.
So he's like this. Either he can go confront this kid who thinks that it's a fucking bar lounge. Just like,
Yeah.
It's the perfect plan.
Exactly. And then the thing is, people at the last batch, right? You're like, you guys are the V's who are right at the end. I never had that privilege. Even
Bro,
though my
it's
name
like,
starts...
you know what the scene is? It's like a politician is giving speech in front of like everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, and this voter comes in out of nowhere. He's like, sir, jobs, kodi sir. You've got sir, jobs.
Like
like that,
how
bro.
do you say no to that? How do you say no?
Exactly.
I'm not going to give you marks. But in the middle of all this guy he's like, I'll give you marks. Okay, he's like,
He gave up.
No, he's like, if I had a pen, I'd give it to you right now. The guy out of nowhere, removed a red pen. Like, sir, take it, sir. Sir,
Give marks from us.
And I'm like, wow. In my 21 years of life, I have done so much shit. I could never think of doing something like that.
Bro, and that is not the end of it. This is 1 hour into the exam, okay? One fucker walks in 1 hour later into the exam, okay? So, and you understand which category of person this is, okay? So he walks in with a cheetah kind of a shirt.
Cheetah print shirt.
Yeah.
And remember, the college's name is Vidya Vahini First Grade
Yeah.
College. Not judging people.
Yeah. Cheetah shirt, black ripped pants, and fake Gucci's, okay? And he's supposed to remove the shoes outside, as I told you, okay? He just walks in, so I'll just stand here in a video, okay? He just walks in. He's wearing glasses also. Yeah, he was wearing black glasses, okay? He's wearing glasses, and he's holding like a, I don't know, like probably let's say this wallet is like a hall ticket or something, okay? He's like, sir, hall ticket. 1 hour later to the exam, okay? The invigilator gave a look, but I think even she had given up in life. She's like, go sit, okay, whatever.
Oh, it was like the most perfect South Indian entry anyone could ever put.
The only thing missing was stump tap.
Yes.
Exactly, just a good KGF background score.
I mean, the guy could feel it. Alright, like there was no background music, but I could tell the music was going on in his head.
He was imagining stuff, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Copyright strike, done.
But anyways, got through the exam, of course didn't do well.
No, he walked in 1 hour late. He walked in 1.5 hours earlier than me and Vidya.
Yeah, so basically he was there for half an hour.
So he came to the exam hall, wrote the paper in half an hour and said, sayonara motherfuckers, and left.
He was, I think he was very gracious enough to, bless us with his presence for half an hour and just be like, yeah, you've seen my face now, fucker.
It's like we went there, we were doing every single motherfucker over there a favor. Taken from the security guard of the place.
Dude, I think the security guard saw him. And then he's like, nah, bidala now. And then he fucking kicked the door open.
Exactly, I wouldn't be surprised if he did that.
He probably did that. That's why the swagger is
Exactly.
there. Or the security guard would have done the thing like, this is fucking just opens doors.
But what was the thing that happened after the exams? You finished writing it, cool. And this shit went on for a month.
Yes. So, bottom line, there was my excuse. One of my excuses. And coming to the next thing that I learned going through this college, that wow, there are people being like bigger assholes than I am. And I thought it was like, that's when I found hopes that I think I do have hopes of graduating, of getting a degree.
See, here's the thing. You find out people are bigger assholes than you, right? Because they don't know that they're assholes.
Exactly. And it's not just about, see, it's not just about the
Everyone is an
boring.
asshole, okay? Here's the fact of like everyone is an asshole. It just depends how they choose to show it.
Exactly. And it's not about all that boring academic shit and all, okay? It's just the way they interact with people. You know, this guy just barged in like, "Ha, madam, tagodi. I take a hall ticket or whatever." Like showing zero fucks and zero respect to anyone.
The thing is, at least he's showing zero fucks and zero respect to everyone in general. So that's fine. He's an asshole to everyone, which makes him a better asshole than like a principal who just likes one
But the
kid.
more interesting fact about you, Vedant, was, which you should speak to all of your viewers, is before the exam, this is when you started writing it. What was the thing like before you actually weren't able to get your hall ticket?
Oh.
What was that process like?
Oh wow.
I get calls every day from him. He's like, bro, can you tell me something legal about this? He's saying,
And he's calling you for legal stuff. He's calling me. He's like, bro, do you know, like, can we go with boys with hockey sticks and
So
all?
Ved here is studying law, and I told him, dude, what is the worst that could happen if I actually go out on my podcast and actually just rant about my teachers? Like, what is the worst thing that can happen?
Leave aside podcast, fam. You're ready to go with hockey sticks to another professor's house.
like, you give us a sign, you sign my no due certificate, or I'll leave your legs like the last man in
No, the thing was, I was never going to approach them. I was going to call them to Church Street.
Come to Church Street.
Come to Church Street. What cock you showing? I'll pop you. Come to Church Street.
But honestly, if you guys were asking me like why I wasn't getting a hall ticket and where my attendance was at, trust me, it was more at Chinlong's. You can find 70% of attendance right there on half my bills. But nevertheless,
The manager changed, but we didn't change.
we didn't change. And trust me,
The manager remembered everyone.
managers come and go, but you know we stay.
That one table at Chinlung's is there for everyone.
Exactly.
Oh my god. But bottom line, what happened with my hall ticket was the fact that I could not make it with the attendance. And I had the audacity to come and fight with them saying that I have not failed a single subject. Why am I not getting my hall ticket? I mean, you need to fight with something. Like, I don't back out from a fight. My ego is too big to say sorry, you guys know it.
Exactly.
So I had to fight with something. And I was like, listen, so many kids here have failed an exam. And well, I have never failed an exam. I have just passed every single time.
Exactly.
And maybe a little more than that. But I have never failed an exam.
And see, it's not even about that he didn't get his hall ticket. See, sometimes what happens is you fuck around in school, okay, but you have like good personal life. Like you're going around doing well. You know, you're making content. You're going to parties. You're drinking. You're doing all that shit, enjoying, okay. But you didn't even have any of that. You didn't have chicks talking to you.
I did. Alright.
Okay, here's the thing.
No.
I'll tell you something. Vedant's fuckery when it comes to his attendance, right, was worse than his fuck up with women. Which is saying something. So when you take his game with women and his attendance record is somehow worse. Than
And
his
we are
track
open
record
to any
with women.
witnesses if there are any. Like,
You
please show
can
up on the video.
corroborate this evidence. I just
I'm turning off comments for this video. Do what you want.
Definitely not. Definitely
Definitely not.
not for this sort of everything.
We're not letting it happen.
I'm the one editing it. bitch. but on a stat level, I think being at like a successful rate of 40% and above with girls is better than your attendance. I think that's a good rate.
What
I
is their
take
attendance?
it.
Yeah.
48.
No comments, bro. No comments, bro.
Okay, I'm fucking around more than him and yet my attendance is at 60.
Like, yeah, but I mean, cool. If
No, you know what happened? Okay, so attendance wise, my college also fucked me over because I didn't have enough attendance. You know what they did?
What?
They just shoved me in the first lesson and fucked off. I got my hall ticket.
That's what
and
any sensible college,
You know what they
anywhere
told-
in the
you know what
country
they told
does.
me? You know what they told me? They're like, your attendance is less. I'm like, yes. They're like, why? I'm like, internship. They're like, okay, fuck off. We're giving you 72. Come in the first class and then fuck off. Done.
And I mean, I can understand if you're like talking riz or like, you know, talking riz with women is more than like 40% or whatever.
To be fair enough, I've done a handful for like college as well, like speaking. Well, like I've won fest. I've done way more than my baldy of a principal has done his last 40 years of experience.
Bro, you know the
I'm
principal,
saying
bro.
it. I'm not scared, bro.
You know the principal, he got changed. He got demoted, don't you know that?
Oh, so apparently our principal, aka Baldy.
Don't ask names. Baldy.
names, no
It's just
names.
Baldy.
I know a lot of them.
You wanna beep this?
Baldy V. We got Baldy V.
Baldy V, bro. Baldy V's. But nevertheless, this fucker thinks he's done something in his life. And the thing is,
Did you look up to him in the beginning of college?
No, I
In
looked up
fact-
to him simply because his hairline was super funny. He didn't have hair on
Bro,
his
okay,
forehead.
I don't know how to say this without like sounding offensive. Okay, he looked up to him. This guy, so Vedant,
You were in
Yes.
class.
yeah, Vedant once was sitting in the class like a normal kid, like this, okay, like normal,
Normal
like yeah,
child.
legs like that, okay.
Yeah.
He just gives him a very creepy look, okay, and he's like, Vedant, fold your legs. I don't know what to make of that.
Dude, and the thing is, fucking, why is the teacher looking at the students' genitals in the first place?
Exactly.
What is was that guy just like look? Okay, I will give you like a demonstration of what I think was going through. his
Yeah,
mind.
just stay in the frame, yeah.
So like Vedant's sitting here, no, and he's like, close your legs.
Alright, just really thought I almost erased that from my memory, but these people just brought it back.
It was necessary, bro. Come on.
But if someone had to put it on, nothing traumatizing happened to me. I'm still alive. I don't give a fuck.
The thing is, I've seen your principal, right? I came to your graduation day. I came with
Bro
you.
is not the principal. Why you insulted the real principal?
Okay,
man?
but before that,
Okay, Baldy V is the principal or not?
Bro, he was the principal. Okay, management is fuck yourself. You can't do shit. Okay,
I mean,
you
no.
got demoted.
They
To
made
vice
him into a,
principal.
no, they turned him into a director. Alright, so his job got cut by half. My guy is super proud of the post he's got because he thinks it's a promotion.
Exactly.
But everybody knows it's a fucking
It's
demotion.
like how you sack a sitting chief minister and you put him in the national cabinet or whatever. It should be like he's a senior leader, supervision committee.
Like,
Yeah, that kind of
call
shit.
it retired fuck.
Exactly.
Okay, wait, so you told me in the beginning of college that you're like principal. That was there. You're like, oh no, that was like a chill dude, he was a nice dude.
So the thing is, the name
Was
of my college sounds pretty cool, and
That's how we got scammed technically.
and that's how I
The thing is,
eventually
I would have been in the same place as these two people had I gotten into journalism, as this guy was saying. This guy
Exactly.
would have dragged me into put me through hell for 3
We
years.
basically spent around I think 5 lakhs. We wasted around 5 lakhs.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
But the thing is, bottom line, like I think a lot of viewers, I'm really putting this out right now. The thing was initially I told them it's a crazy ass college. It sounds good. It's pretty good. Like not everyone can get in through it. I told him as well. But then after 2 years, I'm like, who am I kidding? What am I doing with my
I
life?
understood the minute I saw the college website and now it's a fuck all shit.
And well, even on the college website, they're not showing our campus.
They've showed an engineering campus, which is technically, of course, not ours. We're just a very tiny part of them. Like literally, we depend on
the
them.
funny part is the college is not even part of the engineering college. It's not like the engineering college has.
And bro, the best part is okay. The last few days, last month or whatever, we finished our exams and we had to take so-called assignments, certificates, and all that shit. Okay, we go to a college. We are sitting like we have this bodies class. Okay, he's teaching us journalism. So we're just sitting in the so-called newsroom, which is a classroom, and these random engineering college people barge in. Then I go out. We are like, why? They're like, this is our campus, go out. We are like, okay. And the only
What do you
time
tell them?
and the only time a professor cracked a good joke was they've pushed us to the limits, they might as well just throw us out of the window. I'm like, happy late realization, bro. Like, see,
They're on the verge of dying and they're like, chalo, maar de.
I was just thinking, like, it's
like
not
usually,
really-
usually somebody like kicks me out, I'll like fight back or something. No. This guy comes in, he's like, go out, this is our campus. I'm like, yeah, cool, go ahead.
I mean, like, you can't debate, you can't fight
Exactly.
with him. He's right. How do you say no to that? But bottom line, like, I'm just thinking on a more practical note, imagine our college gets, like, we get kicked out, and if we had 4 years instead of 3 years, we graduated.
Exactly.
But if we had
yeah.
4 years,
NEP batch, yeah.
and if we were sitting outside Chinlongs studying, do you think I'd get all my attendance back?
Now imagine
No,
they're
no,
like, no, they're saying they have no campus anymore, but online classes.
That was the entire shit in the starting, by the way. But yeah.
They're like online classes they'll have for you guys where they're all sitting at home and like I'm pretty sure I saw one of Vedant's classes. It's like, oh, she's in Macau right now. Not Macau, Morocco.
Maldives.
Maldives.
Mauritius, sorry. Mauritius.
She's just-
So yeah. We
she's
had
chilling in
this.
Mauritius.
We had the so-called fest, okay, which technically I don't know how it worked out.
Slant.
Yeah, slant. Yeah. So it technically worked out. Okay. So this dean of ours calls this another dean, I think, or some
JNC.
Sister Lucy. She calls Sister Lucy.
Any of the GNC viewers, if
Okay.
that rings a bell.
She picks up the phone landline and she's calling like, okay, yeah, hello, Sister Lucy.
I was in the room.
We wanted to like invite you over for this fest and whatever. Sister Lucy goes like, yeah, hello ma'am, I'm in Mauritius. Can I please call you later? Like JNC Dean is in Mauritius and we don't have an OR campus.
Because JNC is more important.
Like, there should be a level up to which you can be broke.
See, I'll tell you something. Your dean and your management is not broke. They have money for themselves.
Exactly. Yeah,
But for
I
the
feel that's
college-
more practical. The guy comes in a fucking BMW Audi. He keeps changing his cars every week while coming to college.
Oh, by the way, the car.
Ooh.
Nah. Let me get my OG degree in hand, then we'll tell you about the car.
car.
But.
The car was hilarious.
Before we be ring a lot of bells, I really want to get a degree in hand. Then we can open a lot of stories.
Yes.
Exactly. And this also speaks about a lot of, because I've been seeing lately a lot of people have been sharing the stories about scam colleges in Bangalore, like how
You're in a scam college, I'm in a scam university.
Exactly.
The fucking...
Like how the so-called perception of them being actually good, leads them to actually them realizing that how scam it is.
Yeah.
And they just face it
I
3-4
don't see
years
anything
back.
different between what you call a scam college versus where
No.
I was studying.
See,
at
I
the
mean-
moment.
Here's the thing, okay, when you study in a good place, like, our PU alma mater, right?
Alright, what do you define a scam college?
Okay, a scam college is like owning a Xiaomi phone.
Alright.
It looks good.
Good looks, yeah, exactly.
It looks good on paper.
It sounds
minute
about right.
Yeah, the minute it starts functioning, your hands start heating up.
I mean, to be fair enough, Xiaomi is lesser of a scam.
I mean,
than
I
college
cannot-
was.
I cannot-
At least there was something to have.
Exactly, and I
There was something to own.
cannot, at least for my life, I cannot name one school or college personally, which I can say it's 100% perfect, okay. But then there's a certain level up to which, okay.
See, if you have like 100% perfect college, that does not exist.
Exactly.
But like you have the...
Even if it's 50%, it's
that's
cool.
fine. Anything from...
I've had a 50-60, that's cool. And I've enjoyed a lot by the way.
anything from 30% to 80% is a good college.
Yeah.
Functioning. Below 30% scam.
And this, for us, it goes in minus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's 0%.
it goes below my attendance percentage.
But one thing, you've had all these years of all this confusion and all. Now finally you've started, this is the first video. From all of this months of experience, all this trash academic bullshit, what have you finally learned? And I don't want to give a more lecture, but what are your plans for this? Can you tell your viewers about it?
So, first thing, I'm going to promise this right here, right now, that we are going to be very consistent with the videos. A lot of shit's been happening past few days and we've gotten through it like a
We're the
G.
witnesses, bro.
We've gotten through it like a G. And, I'm going to promise you that for sure. We're going to be very consistent with the videos coming in the coming days. And Gapsters, well, I can't speak for him. He's got more videos than me anyways.
I'm running on zero.
Let's go.
Running on zero.
I'm running on zero. All of these guys have content out. I have nothing.
He still has his problems going on. We'll share that once he's got his degree.
But the
I can
entire
share my problems without the degree. What the fuck will the uni do?
the entire purpose is to actually have this collaboration and do it on a consistent basis on any topic. And if you guys have any suggestions, you can always feel free to put down a comment.
Whatever you guys want me to rant about, no matter how controversial, the words are yours, the speech is mine.
Exactly.
And no one gets into trouble. But
शब्द वो बोल रहे हैं नहीं बोल वो रहे हैं
पर
शब्द हमारे हैं
I can still recite the 3 Idiots Shastra speech by heart.
But nevertheless, this was your boy Sigma in the house. We have with us Gapsters here, aka Vidit Dikshit, and the man himself, Ved Prasad Dankaukar. Thank you so much, guys. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to get more updates about Sigma's YouTube channel, click on the bell icon. And
Another thing, Uncle Don's telling you to talk about him.
Lock report done.
Hey, fuck off. He'll kill
Thank you,
me.
guys. Let's see you in the next video.
I have to see him every
See
day.
you guys.
the
Bye.
bastards. Bro, where's the cap for this shit?